NBA season is finally upon us. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA and bringing you guys my annual NBA award predictions video in which I predict all of the awards, the major awards that players will win for this upcoming season. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my, of course, picks for the awards, but also guys that were in consideration for me, the reasons why they did not make the award consideration in terms of winning the award, and why I went with certain guys over certain guys. So with that being said, I'm going to sort of go and save sort of the best for last. So MVP at the end, so stick around for that, of course. But we'll start with Coach of the Year, okay? So we'll start with that, and my winner, and for me, this was a pretty easy award to give because there is a clear trend with this award if you guys follow it, and that is teams that are not expected to do well that all of a sudden shine out of nowhere. And that's really the formula for this award. So any team that is good, that stays good, you're not going to get the award, okay? So sorry to the coaches, and that's why I don't think Greg Popovich is going to win this, because as many times as we are sort of surprised that the Spurs are good, at this point it should be a given because the Spurs are consistently good, okay? Mike D'Antoni won the award last year, so I don't see him winning it again because, again, Houston, everybody expects to be good, especially now with the acquisition of Chris Paul. OKC, I thought about as well with Billy Donovan, but I do feel like everybody expects this team to be good. So, again, keyword here is people that not just expect, but this team is going to perform to that level. So, do you really see the Thunder doing much better in terms of their record than they did last year? I mean, they made the playoffs last year as a bottom 6, 7, 8 seed. But as far as making that jump, I mean, I still have them behind Golden State. I still have them behind Houston, possibly San Antonio. So if OKC wins the #1 seed, then yes, I could see Billy Donovan winning this award. But my winner is Tom Thibodeau. Yes, that's right, Tom Thibodeau. Because I think the Timberwolves are going to make the biggest jump in terms of wins. And, of course, they are going to, I believe, make the playoffs. So they are going to go from 31 wins to possibly 50. I'm projecting somewhere in the high 40s, low 50s. Definitely a playoff team, the Timberwolves, who now have a stacked roster. I don't need to completely go over it, but I will. Jeff Teague. You got Andrew Wiggins, you got Karl Anthony Towns, you got Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, who they also signed. So a lot of former Tibbs players with Tibbs' team now, and you guys know Tom Thibodeau is going to get the best out of those guys. So I expect a big jump in terms of the Timberwolves' success. And for that reason, Tom Thibodeau is going to win this award. With that being said, let's move forward to Sixth Man of the Year. Okay, this was a tough one for me as well because there's a lot of candidates. You got Lou Williams, okay? You got Eric Gordon. You got Enes Kanter. You got guys like that. So let me go through it real quick with Lou Williams, who is in LA now. After he got traded in the Chris Paul trade, I just see too much competition for Lou Williams in terms of playing time with the new point guard Milo Teodosic. You got Austin Rivers still there, so there's going to be competition for minutes from Lou Williams. So for that reason, I think he's out. Okay, then you look at Eric Gordon, last year's winner. Again, if you look at this award, the same guy never wins it twice. And as much as I like Eric Gordon, for him to top what he did last year, even go beyond that, I don't really see it unless he turns into a 22 to 25 point per game score, which is not happening with Chris Paul and James Harden on the roster. So I don't see him winning the award. Enes Kanter is my sleeper pick. He got traded to the Knicks, and he will be coming off the bench, I believe, with Willy Hernangomez and Kristaps Porzingis manning the paint, but he does put up numbers on a permanent basis. I can see him averaging like 12 and 10, but let's see what happens in terms of the minutes and how they're split. Another guy I like, Jamal Crawford on the Timberwolves. He's going to give them some good bench production, but there's also a Timberwolves team that is really deep. If you look at their bench, they still have Gorgui Dieng. They still have guys like Tyus Jones. They still have guys like Shabazz Muhammad they re-signed. So they have a deep roster. Not sure Jamal Crawford's dealing with a weak bench like he used to back when he was on the Clippers. My winner for this award is Will Barton of the Denver Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to have a great season, and so I think Will Barton, the team success as well as him playing well, is going to contribute to him winning the award. He averaged 13.7 points per game last year with 4.3 rebounds and 3.5 assists a game. I can definitely see him upping those numbers incrementally to about 15 to 16 points, maybe even 17, because really the scoring is all that matters. And he doesn't have too much competition now that Danilo Gallinari is on the Clippers, okay? He's backing up Wilson Chandler. He can steal some of Gary Harris's minutes too when Gary Harris is on the bench as well. And so I see Will Barton having a clear path here. The power forward and center position is jammed for the Nuggets, not the wing position, not the guard position. And Will Barton can play both. He's my pick for Sixth Man of the Year. Let's move on to Rookie of the Year. Alonzo fans, I know all of you guys are out there. I know all of you guys want Lonzo to win. I know LeVar Ball, if you're watching this video, probably not, but I'm just saying, if you are, you probably are guaranteeing Lonzo win this awards. But you know what? I would have loved to pick Lonzo. I actually want to pick Lonzo, but I'm not going to because this award is unfair. There's a guy who's not a rookie who's going to win this award, and that is Ben Simmons, folks, okay? And it is going to be, I'm not going to say it'll be a blowout, but it'll be relatively easy. I see Ben Simmons, the former #1 pick who missed all of last season, easily average 15 points, 8 rebounds, and like 5 assists a game. He's a great passer, a 6'10" point guard, basically. And the thing is, with guys in their second year, you saw Blake Griffin when he missed his first year, when he broke his kneecap, he won Rookie of the Year. Joel Embiid almost won it last year, and he only played 31 games, folks, okay? And here's the thing, that 1 year of experience under your belt in the NBA with all the coaches teaching you everything, with all the players and teammates around you, it makes a big, big, big difference. And yes, I know he's got Markelle Fultz and Joel Embiid on his team, but that could only help him because of the team success. Even though this is more of a statistics award, it could still help him. So I have this award going to Ben Simmons. Another guy I want to shout out, Dennis Smith Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks. I do think he's going to put up numbers, but sorry, bros. I'm going with Ben Simmons just because he's not a rookie, which is kind of unfair, but he's going to win this award because technically he is a rookie. Moving forward to the most improved player. Another very tough award for me because there's a guy here that kind of makes it unfair. It's the same thing with Ben Simmons, who made the award unfair. Nikola Jokic, okay? Everybody expects him to be a monster, okay? And this is what happened with Giannis last year. Everybody knew Giannis was going to be really good, and he became really good. So are you really surprised here with that? So because of that, I mean, Jokic has to be the guy, okay? He averaged, 16.7 points per game last year, 9.8 rebounds, 4.9 assists. Folks, he could easily average 20, 12, and like 6. Sheesh. Like, Jokic is one of the best passing big men. He's one of the best post scorers. So this award really isn't fair. I think Nikola Jokic is going to win. If I have a dark horse sleeper, I'm going to go with D'Angelo Russell of the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's going to be very motivated to prove the Lakers wrong for trading him. He averaged 15 points per game last year. I see him turning into a 20-point per game scorer with the Nets. A lot of shots for him. So look out for that. And then another dark horse sleeper, look out for him, Jusuf Nurkic, who came on late with the Blazers last year after that trade. He's a double-double machine as well. But like I said, this is a runaway award if Jokic does what he's supposed to do, okay? Moving forward, let's go to the Defensive Player of the Year. The guy who I thought should have won last year, I'm picking him this year, Rudy Gobert, okay? Rudy Gobert was a monster on the defensive end. If you looked up all of the analytics on the defensive side of the ball, the Jazz wear nothing without Rudy Gobert. He is the best interior big man in terms of protecting the paint, I believe, in the NBA. Draymond Green is more versatile. I'm not saying he's a better overall defender, just in terms of protecting the paint. Rudy Gobert is the man. Averaged what? Just about 14 points, 13 rebounds a game last year. Led the league in blocks with 2.6 a game. I can see him upping that. I think now with Gordon Hayward gone, he's going to take more of a load on his shoulders. He can average somewhere between 17 and 18 points, but upping the rebounds to 14 and then the blocks to maybe 2.8, maybe even 3, okay? He's going to get more minutes. No Gordon Hayward. He's the leader of this team. Rudy Gobert, I see him having a big breakout season, my Defensive Player of the Year. And then finally, let's get into it, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the MVP. Look, I don't want to keep it suspenseful because honestly, if you just look at it, it's going to be LeBron James. Okay, all right, let me explain, okay? The reason I'm picking LeBron is just because of the field sort of figuring itself out. Russell Westbrook's not going to win the award because he has to top a triple-double, and he's got Paul George on his team and Carmelo Anthony on his team. So sorry, Russ, you're out. And in that conversation, I know Paul George talked about winning the MVP. He's out too because he's got Russell Westbrook on his team. James Harden, I know people, Houston fans especially, Harden's got robbed of this award a couple times. He's not winning it, folks. Chris Paul is going to take away some votes. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, same thing. Kawhi Leonard, he's hurt. I mean, there's some dark horse guys out there. John Wall, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis. But do you really expect AD and the Pelicans to win 50, 60 games? Do you expect Kyrie Irving to put up monster numbers like 25 points? Do you expect John Wall and the Wizards to be the #1 seed in the East? No, no, and no. Okay, so what does that mean? LeBron James is going to win this award, folks. I believe, and I've always said this, LeBron's got 4 MVPs. I always thought he had one more in him. He hasn't won an MVP in a while. I believe it's been 4 or 5 seasons now. So there is no voter fatigue. People will vote for him just because he hasn't won the award. I mean, they won't vote for him just because he's won the award the past couple of seasons. It's been a while. They've given it to other guys. Now it's time to LeBron to get a fair shot. No IT at the start of the season, which means he's going to shoulder that scoring load. Yes, I know the Cavs are more loaded in terms of their depth, but still, with Isaiah Thomas out, who's their second best player, LeBron James is going to have to shoulder more of the load. I can see him averaging 28 points a game. He averaged just about 26 last season. He actually had career highs in rebounds and assists. I don't see that happening, but 28, 8, and 8, definitely see that happening. And that will be enough to get him the MVP. Actually, he's never averaged 28, 8, and 8 in his career, even though he's a career 27, 7, and 7 guy, which is funny to me. But with that being said, LeBron James, best mix of team record, putting up monster numbers. You know he's not going to get hurt. So all of those things are going to come into one. He's going to be motivated to prove to Kyrie Irving, you left the best player in the world. So LeBron James is my MVP. So there you have it, folks. My award predictions for each NBA award. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys agree, disagree, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. If you guys want to ask me a question, shoot a question to me over on Twitter. Link down below for my social media, Instagram as well. And if you guys are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. I'm going to put out more content for you guys, NBA and NFL. Look out for that. Thanks for watching.